Hey, this is Kent with Business Book Reviewer. This is my first book I'm going to review on my new web blog, which is Business Book Reviewer. This is the book. It's Not Just Who You Know by Tommy Spaulding. Let me give you that. Whoop, there, let me give you that right there. I'm still figuring out how to use this camera and the angles and all that kind of stuff. So just bear with me, and it's night out here, so I'll get better as I go. Anyways, the thing about this book, I just found it at Barnes & Noble, just bought it off the bookshelf. I think it's brand new. I know nothing of Tommy Spaulding. I do a little bit now. I feel like I've got to know him as I've read about his life a little bit. The first chapter, and I'm just going to talk about chapter 1 and 2. The first chapter of the book tells about kind of his life story growing up in upper state New York, how he had dyslexia and did very poorly in school, but yet he was a good kid. He was a good people person, and obviously somewhere along the line his dad or something, I think he said, gave him Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, which, you know, everybody knows that's kind of a classic standard book about how to get ahead in business by your relationships with people, and he's just expounding on that in this book, and I'm just kind of starting to get into it as far as that goes. So that chapter 1 was about his growing up a little bit. He ended up joining Up With People, which is kind of a group that traveled around the world, kind of young ambassadors, college students that I think they did just dancing shows or whatever they did, so I'm not real sure, but anyways, that's what he did there. And then chapter 2 was a little bit about him and being in college, and then he kind of traveled a lot around in college, I gathered, and he ended up becoming an ambassador for the Rotary Club too, and so he had an experience of going to college elsewhere outside of the country. And we won't really get into it that much with you, but you know what? So far in the first 1 or 2 chapters, it's been interesting. Learned more about Tommy than really what the book's about. It's just not who you know. But I'm sure as we get, he's just kind of building the story and building, you know, his way of treating people. But you know what? So far it's been pretty good. I'd recommend reading it so far. The first 2 chapters. What I'll report on is probably a couple chapters a day, and probably 1 or 2 chapters a day, and I'll go through the book like that, and you guys can decide for yourself after listening to what I have to say. Might be good, it might be bad, but you make the decision for yourself. So at the end of the book, I'll tell you exactly what I thought of the book, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Bye.